The kinky sex, the shanky sex, are you nuts? Da 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 da, the kinky sex, are you nuts? La da 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 da. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to VKH Live. Doing another one right in a row. I'm your host Jeff DeWitt. Let me just scoot on over to our stream article. And we'll get right into it. Oh, you didn't like that? You didn't like that, chat? What is chat saying? I don't pay you to do this, but then also Lauren says bravo. Oh yeah, see, this is the influx and outflux of patron dollars I was warned about. It's like, be careful how far you specialize. You know, you get to a point and it's like doo-wop renditions of kinky metal songs. You know, it's you'll get one demographic, but you'll shut out another. You know, you gotta appeal to everybody a little bit. You know, at least a little bit. Yeah, so DADAROMA has actually announced an announcement. So I hope I didn't clickbait anyone with this. I tried my best to specify like exactly what we're looking at. I'm very well aware from the last stream that you guys share my mutual appreciation of the DADAROMAs with me. And so I wanted to jump on this, even though it was just a little bit too small for us to really report on as news as a website. Because it's an announcement of an announcement, and it's, it's nothing super concrete. So, but I'm gonna show it in just a second, and we can definitely speculate on it. I don't know anything. Anything special, any hot insider tips, so this is all going to be speculation, just as a disclaimer. But I'm pretty confident in what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. So basically that's it. It's a special announcement, or I guess serious announcement, and going to be on 10/16. And that's it. Stream's over. See you guys. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, that's all. So yeah, we're done now. We're done now. Bye. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, obviously, so this is very relevant because as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, DADAROMA is on hiatus, and it's very sad, and we're very upset about it, and we're not happy with it. But not because we're mad at them. We're very sad. The reason they went on hiatus is because their drummer is leaving the band, and their drummer is leaving the band because he has a very, very unfortunate illness that is causing it's basically impairing his ability to play the drums, and so he's trying to quit while he's ahead, and it's very unfortunate. I covered it in a stream, and we covered it in an article where we kind of went into what it was, if you want to check it out. But it's definitely frustrating because it's ending his career is what it looks like. So yeah, Yoshiatsu's all right, yeah. Oh, Chet's talking already. So 10/16 is going to be a nerve-wracking day. It's got to be a new drummer, right? A non-update that has me excited. I know, right? What are the odds of that happening? Yoshiatsu's tweets recently seemed relatively positive. It sounded like one was something like, "I'm waiting to," and "You're worried, aren't you?" Yeah, I was hearing from people that have been at recent live shows. Again, this is just, I haven't verified this. I don't have a way to fact check it, but he was saying things like "hang tight," and just like hold on, kind of thing. Like it's like just hold on, as in, it kind of implies that they're coming back. I think there's a lot of skepticism, and I join in with this, that this is like an announcement of a disbandment. But the one exception to that is that if they announce that they're deciding to disband, but they schedule it out like ahead of time, and they do like a giant best album and a best tour, and like they blow it all out, just give it all out for their fans. That is the scenario, the one scenario where you would announce it. And DADAROMA, I think, has enough momentum, and this has happened so suddenly that if that is happening, then that is it's a possibility. I still personally think, I think it's gonna be maybe a little, probably, I'm leaning towards the expected, and what I expect it to be, like in this case normally, is that they announce their replacement, and they announce either a new single or release that's going to be the first release with that artist or with that new member, or they announce a tour, or both. So I'm pretty sure that's it. The other option, I don't know, they rebrand and become a 3-member band. I don't know how that works without I know how it works without a drummer. It means they go into drum and bass. And that might actually be amazing. But, yeah, that's probably a stretch. I really do think it's going to be, I can't imagine that they would announce a disbandment, that far out and that triumphantly and stuff like that. Remember that, Jeff, if this is a disbandment, you owe me a public apology. Yeah, through my tears. The day of their last live Imitation Hero played on my way to work, I had cried. I just want my boys to be able to continue. Yoshiatsu also said stuff about hating bands who say hiatus when they mean disbandment. So, not sure if anyone said that last stream or no. No, but I actually saw that. So, I think that's about as open and shut as it gets, unless that's pretty obvious that it's like he's trying to dog whistle, is that the right word, to his fans. It's like, we can't say something yet because label announcement date, but like, wink wink, hint hint, nudge nudge. Yeah. I think it's gonna be. Kiriko's got the same vibe, or got the same thoughts. I'm pretty sure that the big announcement is going to be the new drummer and maybe a new single. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about who the new drummer could be. I heard some interesting ideas. The one that seems kind of plausible to me in particular is the former drummer of the Black Swan, whose name I believe is sorry, gotta pull up my infos. Len, but I don't think he's doing anything right now, and that would very much be the kind of drummer that they could use. So I mean, I would buy that. I had seen some people pushing that around. That seemed to be like a pretty popular opinion. I guess as for other ones, like if they wanted to pick a tiny band, that's kind of like got a tiny drummer, maybe okay, so other options in terms of the announcement, by the way, could be let's see. Sorry, I'm going through my list trying to see which ones I've ruled out already. Could also be a. I mean, a lot of this is predicated on they come back and then it's not. So I'm not too worried about them not coming back. So let's get that out of the way. It's more about they come back and then what? Like, why are they pushing it back? Or like, why are they making an announcement out of it? Like, what is this going to be? You know? So I'm guessing it's either it's a big collab, like it's a big it's a big addition, it's a noteworthy addition, and so they're going to run straight into it. You know, it could also be that they were about to do something big to begin with, and so they've taken the time off, and now they're coming back. And I've always thought they were, you know, if you gave this band a major band's budget, man, like, you know, I don't know how much they sell actually on Oricon, but I think DADAROMA could be a very solid major band. They already act like a major band at their indie shows, to be honest, like the way they perform and stuff, the quality and everything. Yeah, I would say I'm expecting them to come back. It's just an issue of like in what condition, on what terms, you know. I will check chat in a second, but yeah, I was kind of a fan of the Black Swan drummer theory. Let me check and see what chat's saying, what chat's up to. What you guys got any thoughts? Yeah, Lynn is very good. Black Swan was great, and that's a good, you know, they're pretty tangentially related music-wise, so. I wish Itsuki would join as a second guitarist, lol. They were doing so well as like this 4-piece band, so maybe there's an option. There's an interesting concept, you know. If the one of the 4 original band members leaving was you know enough to force them on hiatus, you know, maybe the formula is done, you know, like the 4-man formula is done. Maybe they do have another maybe they're gonna come back with a triple guitar attack with 5 people, man. Will be interesting. I'm trying to picture what the benefits of DADAROMA being a 5-member triple guitar band would be. Just that they're gonna get full. They're gonna go full. Like full core status if they want to, you know, and I don't know. It seems a little dangerous, to be honest. I kind of like the general the 4-man thing that they've been able to pull off the metalcore with, because it kind of enforces the core part of metalcore, which is hardcore punk music. For those of you who don't know, metalcore is what is described as a crossover fusion genre between extreme metal and hardcore punk. And hardcore punk is like where a lot of moshing came from, a lot of the moshing traditions and open up this pit and stuff like that. But it is got this punk aspect to it. It's, you know, it's aggressive. People are, you know, spinning and moshing and stuff like that. But it's not demonically brutal like extreme metal is, but you put them together and that's what you get. But sometimes you get metalcore bands that are just like really, really heavy, and sometimes you get them that rock more attitude, and DADAROMA kind of rocks more attitude, and because they're rocking like that more of that like stripped down punk style, but they're also playing metalcore, so it just turns into like this really refined slapping metalcore. So yeah. I like the 4-man lineup for them. Yeah, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Well, I mean, you say that like it's not broke, you know, like just because like they can find another metalcore drummer that works, it doesn't mean like their formula specifically is going to work. DADAROMA kind of had a pretty fresh thing going. I don't think there's a lot of drummers that can fit. And keep in mind, even with like Lynn from the Black Swan was like it was a 5-man metal group. They did a lot of well, let me see if I can remember their music, their rhythms. They did a lot of the more metal intensive rhythms, but think about bands like DADAROMA and the Gazette and who else? I mean, even LMC right now, Acme. There's these bands that it's just in their nature that they are changing up their rhythms like constantly and their styles and stuff. So I would imagine you would need a certain personality drummer for that. Like someone that's able to really roll with the flow and maybe isn't over specialized at something in one particular style. So it's very tricky. I don't think we have a lot of information as to like, I mean, we'll know after the announcement, but I definitely wouldn't rule out that like the drummer leaving is like, it could be Yusuke leaving is it's not enough to cause a disbandment, but the fact that it was enough to cause a hiatus kind of makes it sound like the formula needed to be looked at, reevaluated. Still, change of style scares me. It's just my fear would be they pick too metalcore of a drummer, honestly, and so then everything sounds like from here on out everything sounds like maybe like the stuff that came off of Dadaism number 2, which was like metalcore. It wasn't like all that like wild and interesting. It wasn't their worst, it wasn't their best, but it it was kind of, was it Dadaism number 2? Yeah. By the way, that was like where the least amount of their their tracks came from for that best album. They did the Stanzik. So I think even they know that was kind of a relatively uninteresting album, just in the context of all the other wild stuff they've done that like really stands on its own. Or maybe you get a lot of stuff sounding like Zola to Kalashnikov, which is fine, which is great, but it's like, they were walking a really good line between like not sounding too much like Duran Gray, not sounding too much like the Gazette, not sounding too much like Megivray, not sounding too much like Nocturnal Bloodlust. They're mixing a bunch of styles that are like really heavily dominated by other bands right now, but they have their own personality. So I get why they took the time off. And I think that I'm sure they know what works for them. So yeah. Well, it caused a hiatus because Yusuke had been with them from the start. Maybe it's just me, but I like to think they were trying to be respectful for their friend by taking time to select a replacement instead of rushing it. It's also good business, honestly, because so much of that band is built on personality and chemistry. Like, you pay attention to every single member of that band. So every single member of that band matters. Like, which sounds like I'm implying that there are bands where there are members that don't really matter. And that's exactly what I'm implying. But it's true. There's certain bands where it's like certain band members play more of a role in at least different aspects of branding or even its instrumentals. Maybe there's a band that doesn't go too crazy on a certain instrument, just because it's not that they started with that member and that's it. But in the case of DADAROMA, it's like the skill seems to be like pretty evenly distributed, and also the personality and the style. So all the style is like it's different for each band member, and it's important to find someone that can like basically hold their own if they're going to keep the 4-man formula. But that's always a risk of the 5-man formula, is that like you either get the rhythm guitarist or the bassist that gets kind of phased out and ignored as they try to like, you know, make more, you know, hard rock music that, you know, if they do too many power chords, it's like, what do I need a lead guitarist for, you know, or rhythm, or do I just need my one rhythm guitarist, or, you know, if they, you know, but if they do too much variety, if they're not careful with their composition, like, you know, it can sound like a train wreck. And then where does the bass come in? The Gazette kind of had that problem, I think, for like Toxic, when they were trying to figure out like how they were evolving their sound, you know, and they've figured it out over time. But you know, it's tricky, and you know, it's a safe bet formula, but all the wildest a lot of the wilder bands are like these 4-member bands that, you know, they just go nuts, you know, like Muck is pretty experimental and wild, all things considered. Sim, which isn't visual kei, it's, you know, it's metal, but it's reggae punk metal mixed with dubstep, you know. It's like, you know, like pick a band. It's a lot of bands that are like that. So they're all charismatic. That's the word I was looking for. So they need time for that replacement and to acclimate to their brand of shenanigans. Yeah. I think there are a lot of shenanigans to go on around DADAROMA, certainly around Yoshiatsu. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think that is a huge plus to DADAROMA. They all have an impact on the music. All the talents flow well together. It's just the downside, I guess, is you would have to take a hiatus and not do a support member, you know. So, but I mean, you know, if they're already coming back, they're already coming back. So, they're coming back, guys. You have to wish it, want it, do it. Wasn't it the scam self-help book from Family Guy? Wish it, want it, do it. So we're gonna wish it, want it, do it, that they're coming back. They're not disbanding. So this has nothing to do with the current topic. It has to do. A redhead, but I'm thinking about the announcement and how if it's a single alongside the new drummer announcement, then the PV is going to be interesting. And it reminds me of the interview where Yoshiatsu said his dad watches all their PVs and gives him feedback on them. That's cool. That explains a lot, you know. I quite enjoy their PVs. They're very, very fun to watch. And they tend to reflect off the lyrics pretty well, you know. Like the less like ridiculous ones, like okay, like the kinky and masturbation. It's like it's a little on the nose, but you know they're doing that on purpose. They're talking about like Pornograph or Risley Circus or Amino Waltz. The dream that you wish will come true or something. Yeah, The Secret, basically. The Secret. Does anyone remember The Secret? Am I showing my age? This is a crappy self-help book. It's a rip-off of something that actually worked, but it was like a cult hit. It was like a international bestseller, but it was like junk science and stuff. Anyway, we're gonna do that. We're gonna will it into existence. I really love their last PV for Boku wa Android. I have been saving myself until I buy the single and it comes, and I plan on reviewing Boku wa Android, the PV. So that's still going on. Imagine the conversation his dad would have had with him about Saishu Densho. He's like, no, son, make it an old man with her, not a young man. Like, he's like, okay, Dad. I don't know why, but I don't know why I went that route with it, but I thought there was a certain age discrepancy in that PV that was a little just kind of out there, you know, like, but I won't judge. I won't judge. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this stream up. That's kind of been my general speculation. They're gonna come back probably with a single, probably with a live tour. I'm gonna say save money on one new member, so as not to disturb the formula. Probably looking at a metal musician like Lynn from the Black Swan, or maybe the drummer from Morgan if he's around. You know, a band like that. But I think like Len from the Black Swan would be like, it's a good candidate. Would be nice to see. Definitely the fans would like to see it. Okay, so as for the survey, so the way we're going to be doing the survey is, survey for what, Jeff? Next weekend, we're going to be doing a ranking releases stream for DADAROMA, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to have two different polls, okay? Because we're going to do songs. We're not going to do like singles and albums and stuff like that, because DADAROMA has enough like quality songs and not enough albums, you know, just a weird kind of like weird discography where it's like a bunch of mini albums and not and like one best album and then these singles, and it's all, I would rather just grab the whole discography and be like, fuck it, and we're doing this. So we're gonna do two things. It's also known as Gula rips her hair out trying to pick her faves. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm giving you an out. Okay, I'm giving you an out. If you have to be like screw it and you know just you give up halfway through, we're gonna have two surveys. Okay, you're gonna have one, and you can fill out either or both if you want. Okay, the one you're gonna have is it's gonna be all of them, because I know some of you guys, you want to do it, you really want to do it, and I might want to do it, and so it's gonna be all of them, and the other one is going to be pick your favorite song. So it's going to be those two. I might do a third one that's like top 5 or something. So does the piano version of Suki no Uta count? I can make a note of it. I don't mind. Let's see. I'm trying to look it up for DADAROMA's discography just to see if they included it anywhere by chance. I know what you're talking about too. It's pretty gorgeous. I heard that piano version, unless I heard Kurt piano version. All right, yeah, I guess it's odd. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I can include that. As an option. I bet you it's like a bonus track somewhere from like an early release or something anyway, so or something on a live limited single. Unless the only place it's from is that they have it up is YouTube. Like, I don't know. Include on ranking releases. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the plan. Does it sound good? Jeff's trying to kill me with these surveys, I swear to God. Isn't there a piano version of Kurt too? Yep. I love ranking things because I'm crazy. We're all crazy. I think that's why we all love ranking things. Oh God, I'm doomed now. We're all doomed. No, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. Yeah. So maybe I can try and it'll be interesting to see. Maybe I can. Hmm. I'll have to look at the surveys and see exactly how they're mapped out because it's like you can pick your favorite one or you can pick your favorite 100, and obviously like your top 100 are or like it's not 100. They're less than 100. I don't know why I said 100. Probably just gave the chat a heart attack. Uh, but like if you pick like all these other ones, you're gonna pick a number one as well. So I may have to structure it like I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. What's probably going to end up happening is I'm going to have a bare minimum threshold of like at least pick your favorite or at least pick your top 5 or at least pick your top 10. I might be able to catch whatever you lock in. So I will tweet it out with more details if I have to. But I got to... I do have to finish making this survey, so you guys have time to think about it. You guys have time to go through it. I'm gonna be working on it on and off tonight. So just got to finish copy pasting all the tracks and everything in between the streams. So screaming in the distance. Oh man. All right. Well. How about this? I'll do it with you guys. All right. I haven't even listened to. I think I'm missing like a good handful of songs from like that I haven't heard from DADAROMA's discography. I'll do it with you legitimately. Like I'll show you my vote and everything on the stream. You know. I mean I kind of did it already with the other ones, but I guess this is a bit more ambitious. So I'm kind of going for it. I'm having you guys go for it. So I'll do it with you. I mean, you guys will know I'll do it with you. Anyone that's been watching since the beginning, like since like the early days, you remember some of those streams? Remember some of those 6-7 hour streams? I'll do it. You get in my head. I will fucking do it. Oh man. I still don't think Winona's forgiven me for some of those. So. All right. Anyways, I gotta go ahead and cut it short right now. We're gonna have Chiyu listening party in 20 minutes. So get hyped for that. All right. And with that, don't you have a table to build? Yeah, it's almost done. I'm not sure if I'll have my pictures up, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up, put the top of my table on my table, and then put my computer on top of the table, and then get ready for Chiyu. So I will see all of you soon. Take it easy.